and said, I have to return. By the time he got back to Egypt, everything he said in Egypt was actually guided by the clarity he had before he came. Go and check what he told Moses, what he told Pharaoh. It was exactly what God said. Tell him, let my son go. If you don't allow my son to go, I also will deal with your son. You see, clarity will help your communication. If things are not clear to you, just check it. When a teacher teaches in a class and she put up a question, or he put up a question to the class, people that are not clear, they don't raise their hands up. Do they? They don't. Because things are not clear to them. But once things are clear to you, it guides your communication. You know what to say. Now, very soon you understand the reason why you are hearing what you are hearing. Because you need to know what to say. When Peter and James were caught and they took them, and they were saying that you should not speak in the name of Jesus Christ again, don't preach in that name again. They answered back, guarded by clarity, and told the others. He said, you be the judge. Because we cannot but talk about what we saw it, sir. We experienced it. We did not live a beclouded life. We saw him. How do I deny somebody who died and rose again, and we ate together, and I saw him departing? Clarity. It guarded their communication. It's one of the reasons why you are afraid to talk to people about your faith. Perhaps it's because you are not clear. They said, we cannot but talk about what we saw it. Our hands handled it. We heard with it. You know what Paul said to Agrippa when they were questioning him concerning his faith? He said, on my way to Damascus, I knew what I was going there to go and do. I saw light. Someone spoke to me and said, why are you kicking against a brick? I said, who are you, Lord? He said, I'm Jesus, the one you are persecuting. And told me what to do. And when it was true, he said, I cannot be disobedient to this heavenly vision. It guarded his communication. So number one, your judgment depends on clarity. Your perception is affected by it. Your communication is guided by clarity. Now, these are the reasons why, some of the reasons why, you and I should crave clarity. The question is this: where are you standing? From what point are you free? Look at Habakkuk. He said, I take my place at the tower. He was not just going there for fun. He was going there for business. Something was actually moving him to that environment. He said, so many people come to church because they will see that person and the other person. This man was purposeful in the position he was going to maintain because there is something he wanted to see. When God speaks, he said, not until a man takes his place, he may suffer denial of certain revelations meant for him and his generation. not until you take your place. You may suffer the denial of certain revelations meant for you and your generation. You see, when he took his place at the watchtower, he said, I'm going to watch to see what God will say. And what happened? God said, write the vision. So what do you think will have happened if he did not take his place? That revelation wouldn't have come. You remember in Revelation? John said, I was in the Spirit in the day of the Lord, and before you know it, revelation. So what do you think happens if he was in the flesh? No revelation. There is a position to be maintained if you must take delivery of certain revelation meant for you and generations attached to you. So, not until you take your place, you may not necessarily take delivery of some certain revelations meant for you and your generation. Now, let me just share with you about the watchtower. He said, I am going to take my place at the watchtower. You see, watchtower is a strategically located place void of obstruction. Watchtower is strategically located. Is actually in the place where there is no obstruction. High up, not in the valley. Now you see, in the days of war on horses, when people take territories, every kingdom has a watchtower. And on every watchtower, somebody must be there at every point in time, day and night, to watch out. Because you see, if nobody is on the tower, certain things can be at stake. Number one, the watchtower can actually determine whether you live or you die. I am going to take my place at the watchtower because it's a matter of life and death. The enemy can invade a territory if no one is at the tower. You see, the tower gives you an opportunity to see ahead things that will have happened. It can actually determine whether you stay free or you go into captivity. I will take my place at the tower. Because it's a matter of freedom or captivity. If you don't take your place at the tower, you may end up being a captive. If you don't stay at the tower, you may lose your life. It's a matter of life and death. Number 3. It determines whether you win or you lose. Many losers, go and check, they fail to take their place at the tower. it can actually determine whether you are prepared or you are taken unawares. The tower. I will take my place at the tower because I don't want to be taken unawares. How many things had happened to you in the time past that you were not aware of, and they pounced on you, and they happened to you, and you gently thought within your heart, how I wish I knew. I would have done this and that, and this would have been able to overtake me. Because you don't. So watchtower determines so much. And that's the reason why nobody should play with it. I will stand upon my tower. He says so many people want people to stand on the tower on their behalf. It doesn't work that way.